Hello everyone. This is one of the books that I found a long time ago, and I lost it off the internet, and I found it again. The reason I'm glad I found it, because this book was written in January the 2nd through the 5th, 1919. And in this book, it shows Judge Rutherford's picture and where Judge Rutherford was supposed to be buried when he died. Well, by this book, he was supposed to be buried in the same gravesite as Pastor Russell or Charles T. Russell. But that never happened, because Judge Rutherford was buried in California, and that's where he died, in California. But the society won't tell you where his burial site was, because if you really found out the real truth about it, it would really shock you. So my question is, why did Judge Rutherford want to be buried in California, just in one gravesite? Yeah, just for one person. That was for him to be buried near the house that he lived in before he died in San Diego, California. And he could be buried in Pennsylvania near a monument with his name on there, just like Charles T. Russell. And the proof is in this book. There's Judge Rutherford. Zoom in on his name. International Bible Student Association Convention. On this page here, I'm going to zoom in. It talks about the pyramid, where it came from. It came from in Texas. And it's on page 7. I want to zoom this in a little bit better. The burial space for Brother Rutherford was directed in his name be like that of Brothers Russell, will be at the top of the opposite Bible page. The Bible space being set apart for the, how do you say that word? All in one lot of 48 grave space, so all their names will appear on the same side appear on the same Bible. Above the Bible are space for inscriptions in full of WT Bible, Watchtower Tract Bible Society, International Bible Student Association. Look at the words: dead with Christ, reign with Him. And above these, now, the cross and the crown and the wreath and the whole capped with flat stone, highly polished, its shape, of course, being a pyramidal. And inside the pyramid, you could call it a time capsule. Yeah, they put something inside of it with all the tracks, photographs, so whoever opens it up will see the teachings of Charles T. Russell. Within the sculpture, encased in a box of granite, will be a sealed metal box. Okay, I just read that. How you say that word? Scriptures, students. The memorial tower, and one of every track, photographs of Pastor Russell's, and a copy of the Society's cater. Oh, how do you want to say it? Charter, and many other things to interest the people who at some time in the future date may open the pyramid and find them. This is the Bible, Holy Bible, Pastor C. T. Russell, his name at the top. The dead with Christ, rise with Christ. The Watchtower and Bible Tract Society. There's what's talked about: the cross, the crown, the wreath. There's the whole thing. And on the opposite sides of the thing, it shows the same thing. On all the sides. So my question is, when Judge Rutherford died, how come his name never was put on here? And how come he wasn't buried in the burial ground was supposed to be for all the people that was supposed to be buried, and of course he should have been one of the ones who was buried in this plot, and his name should have been on the pyramid, because they said that's where his name was supposed to have been. But instead he was buried so many feet away from the house that he lived in San Diego, California. The name of the house was called the House of the Princess. My question was, when Judge Rutherford started to be a member of Jehovah's Witnesses, he was a lawyer for Charles T. Russell, just in case if they got into fights with the clergy, the Catholics, and people like that. He would protect the Watchtower by being on their side and to prove the other people wrong. But when Charles T. Russell died, he took over and became the second president. And he changed rules, like you wasn't allowed to celebrate your birthday, have Christmas, can't have Valentine's Days and all that. This man is the one who changed all the rules, all the holidays. The reason why? Because he wanted to change all the teachings from Pastor Russell, or Charles T. Russell, to be eliminated so they wouldn't have enjoyment of these holidays. So he changed all of that. And that's the reason why Jehovah's Witnesses can't allow to have birthday parties, murder days, father days, because of this man took control and he changed the teaching of Charles T. Russell. And many Bible students left the organization around before 1931 because they hated this man. So they broke away from the teachings of this man, and they kept the original name of Bible students. And the only reason why Judge Rutherford changed the name from Bible students to Jehovah's Witnesses, the real truth is because he couldn't have two different groups. That's what I said. Two different groups called Bible students. The Bible students are Pastor Russell and the Bible students with him. So he changed the name to Jehovah's Witnesses so he would be separate the name Bible students forever. So if this man was supposed to be a leader that learned the Bible, he would have kept Charles T. Russell's teaching, and the teachings was they used the pyramid to prove that 1914 was the last days for the Gentiles and of the earth would have been in Armageddon would have started in 1914. So this guy was not even a Bible student. He didn't even know nothing about the Bible at the time. He was a lawyer. He wasn't nothing like Pastor Russell, was going around teaching his teaching. This guy wanted power and glory for himself. That's the reason he wrote a bunch of books and all that. And he made a lot of money. Because he lived in a big 10-story house. No, a 2-story house, 10 rooms. Him and his family lived in. 2 cars, Cadillacs. He was living off of Jehovah's Witnesses' money. Thank you and have a nice day.